3.
So today, from the Art of Ayurvedic Cooking, we're in a very special location, and it's called the Art of Living. It's a retreat center which was originally built by the famous teacher Maharishi, who was actually my own teacher, and now has been taken over by another famous teacher, Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. And these teachers bring us meditation. They bring us peace of mind. They bring us the philosophy of yoga. They bring us these beautiful, restful retreat centers. So today we are going to be cooking a gorgeous cream of zucchini and broccoli soup with fresh herbs. And this is a vegan soup because the cream is provided by almond and coconut cream. Delicious. So start off by boiling your water, and we're actually simply steaming these vegetables. Put the broccoli in first, quickly followed by the zucchini, and we're just going to let that steam or simmer. You can do it with the steamer for about 7 minutes, and once it's done, we're going to simply blend the soup. And it's so simple. This is an ideal evening soup if you're on an Ayurvedic diet and you're eating a little bit lighter at night, which is very wise, very healthy. This is the ideal dish for you because it will cleanse the body, but it will nourish the body as well because it has a sweet taste in it, which is very nourishing. All right, so while that soup is cooking, we're going to do a beautiful topping. And this is one of my favorite toppings for the soup, which is going to add some extra taste, some extra texture, and a beautiful appearance. And what this is, it's actually two things. We're going to use pumpkin seeds, which are going to be roasted lightly in ghee. All right, pumpkin seeds come from the pumpkin, and they're full of potassium and zinc. They are excellent for the prostate gland. So remember that, all you men. Look after your prostate. Prostate cancer is very common. Eat plenty of pumpkin seeds. All right. So we're toasting those in the pan, and we've got ghee that it's going to get nice and hot. And while we are toasting those, we're going to actually add some grated ginger as well. Now we know there's a lot of health benefits from ginger. This is fresh root ginger, and it is absolutely vital to have this in your diet because it's going to strengthen your digestive fire, which is, as we know, the key to health is having a strong digestive fire. All right? So ginger will stoke up that fire, that Agni. It's called Agni. Agni is the first word of the Rig Veda. The Rig Veda is where all this knowledge originated. Ayurveda is the subsection of one of the Vedas, the Tarva Veda. So get that ginger frying, because we're going to try to get it a little bit crispy. And this is a powerful stove that we've just acquired from Japan, so I'm going to have to turn it down a bit here so as not to turn these pumpkin seeds black. But as you can see, they're sizzling away. And we're going to get them to be crunchy. We're going to have crunchy ginger and crunchy pumpkin seeds. And we haven't finished there. We're going to add something to give these seeds a delicious flavor. And your soup, what we're trying to do with the soup is get the vegetables to be tender. So this takes, as I said, about 7 minutes. And we've got some wind here. We actually got fog here today. But once they are tender, we're just going to simply blend them in a Nutri-Bullet with some fresh herbs. Here we've got fresh parsley, we've got fresh cilantro. And we're going to add, as I said, this beautiful almond and coconut cream, a little salt and pepper and a little lemon. And that's all it is. It's extremely simple to make. Anybody can make this. Even a child can make this. So did you hear that popping there? That's a good sign that your pumpkin seeds are doing well. You can smell the ginger here. And once the pumpkin seeds, you can actually add a little pepper here if you like. Black pepper is always good because you want to season just about everything that you make. Season it with salt and pepper. We're going to add just a tiny bit of salt. because we have another salty ingredient we're going to add. So remember, when you're cooking, whatever you're cooking, you're trying to produce a meal with all of the 6 tastes in. All right, so we've got pungent here with the ginger. We've got sweet from these pumpkin seeds, and they're a little astringent as well, which is drying. We've got the ghee, which is very sweet, and then we've got pepper, which is pungent, and we've got salt. Now I'm going, see how they're getting brown, and this is perfect. So you can actually, just before you turn the heat off, we're going to add our secret ingredient here, which is this beautiful coconut amino acids. So just add those to the pan, about a tablespoon enough, and you see how it sizzles. Now they're getting coated and absorbed, it's absorbing into the pumpkin seeds, and we've got the ginger there, and this is an absolutely perfect topping. Now you can actually grill these as well. You don't have to fry them at all. You don't have to use oil if you don't want to. You can grill these or broil them or bake them before you add the amino acids, but don't forget to add the amino acids right at the end. And you're going to get a wonderful snack on its own, but we're using it as a topping today, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. So once you see that they have been coated for you, can turn the heat off.
3.
So once your vegetables look ready, once they're like tender like that, that's perfect. You can now add these straight into your blender like this. Make sure you get all of the juice. Turn your heat off. See that beautiful juice there? That's like stock. You're using that stock as a flavor for this flavoring in this beautiful soup. And these vegetables, you know, they're not cooked that fully. They're not overcooked by any means. They're still nice and al dente. And before we blend these, we are going to add a few things. We've got some dried basil here. Put about a teaspoon of that in. We've got some marjoram, a beautiful flavor from Italy. And we are going to add some completely fresh herbs, parsley and cilantro. Now you could add other herbs if you like, but you see that I add quite a lot of them because we want this soup to be quite a fragrant, fresh type soup. You know, it is light, it's delicate, it's refreshing, it's very creamy. You see, I'm adding now the coconut and almond milk. This is fresh. We made this fresh. And you can be generous with that, and just a touch of lemon. You know how I like lemon? Touch of lemon juice. Get your reamer, get that in there. Black pepper. And this is, you know, be generous with the pepper. We want this to be warming as well. A touch of salt, and that's really all you need. And now we're going to blend this, and when we serve it, we will serve it with our beautiful mixture of pumpkin seeds and ginger. So once you've blended this gorgeous soup, look at this divine emerald green color. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to actually add a little spice to this right here at the end. We're going to toast this little mixture of Vata seasoning. It's a cold day here, so we want to warm ourselves up a bit. It's got some ginger and some turmeric, some cumin, all warming spices. Just toast those literally for a minute, actually, before you add your soup. Listen to the sizzle, and then add this gorgeous soup. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. This is a fresh herb and zucchini broccoli soup. Cream of these vegetable soup. And you see how the spices will just give it that extra golden yellow color. So you always want to serve soup hot, especially on a cold day. Unless it's a chilled soup, and that's a completely different story, but make it hot if it's going to be a hot soup. So once it's steaming, crank the heat. Once it starts steaming, you know it's ready to serve. So we are going to serve this in this beautiful pottery bowl here that we found. We're going to devour this. So you can just pour it straight into the bowl, actually, like this. Pour it straight in, not too full. Turn your heat off. And then remember we made this beautiful mixture of pumpkin seeds, so you can actually just plop a nice, generous spoonful of that on the top, and there you have it. A beautiful, creamy zucchini, broccoli and fresh herb soup from the Vedic Chef. Now remember, today we are at the Art of Living Retreat Center in North Carolina. These are the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's absolutely delightful here, so I recommend you visit as soon as you can and have a little rest. And thank you for tuning in. I'm the Vedic Chef. It's been a pleasure.